Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Monica Carotta, Director of the Foreign Direct Investment Unit in Trentino Sviluppo, the local development agency. I'm very happy to be here to introduce you Trentino. I'll go through some slides which will accompany me speaking and illustrate you the opportunities offered by our region, Trentino. Trentino is famous for its mountains, the Dolomites. You can see an example here at my back. Our region, Trentino, is located in the heart of Europe, in the heart of Alps, where innovation, technology, and anything related to business is taken very seriously. It's a region of great investments, even if we represent one of the smallest regions in Italy. Research is one of our main pillars. And now I will try to introduce you our system. But before the presentation, I will show you a video that can give you a global idea of the opportunities and the offers that our territory can give to you and to your companies. So after this video in which we show you our region in brief, I would like to go a little bit deeper in the reason, in the main points for which you should choose Trentino as to establish your site company. Starting from the autonomy and efficiency, we are an autonomous province, and so a small regions, as I said, and we are able to respond quickly and to give answer to your needs. Second reason, I will go through these main topics very quickly, and I go deeper later. We have really a good, high system of education. The brightest talents meet today's need and tomorrow's challenges of company. And we work hard on this sector, on this field, because we believe that our future is in the hands of the new generation. So a third reason is the fact that we have a lot of centers of excellence working all over the world. In research and technological transfer, they are very focused on innovation and sustainability. Thanks to the fact that we are an autonomous province, we can also offer to company interesting subsidies and incentives, and we have a specific politic dedicated to this. We are in the heart of Europe, as I said, and so we have the possibility to offer a great connection all over Europe, all over the world. Sixth reason is certainly the quality of life, for which we are certainly famous. And the seventh reason why is that we are a team that is completely dedicated to help companies in set up, sit here and have all the services offered by the system together in a shop, let's say. So let's begin let's start with the talents. It's one of the main issues certainly for the company now. And they go through this in this moment that is quite hard, and especially when companies are expanding their business in other countries. So our service is to help companies in finding the right talent and the brightest profile. And we work on this hard with local university systems and all the technical and vocational schools that provide all kinds of knowledge to all companies. People is our main focus, and we help making the match between companies and people. We work in strict collaboration on this topic with the local labor agency. We start in trying to understand which are the needs of the companies and connect with the right profiles. What is innovation without research? We push an effort to help companies in doing innovation, in doing research. And we have received as heritage a great vision of some politicians that during the years have spent a lot of effort and dedicate a considerable amount of funds to research and consequently to innovation. So public and private investments are highly scaled respect to Italy and respect to many European countries. As you can see in Trentino, the public investment in research and development is 1% of GDP, is higher than the average of Italy and of Europe. So, as I said before, we have a great system of facilitation and incentives and tools designed to support companies in grow their business. We can offer incentives up to 77% of the cost of a project, for example, a research and innovation project. And we are the only region in Italy that in which company don't have to pay the local regional tax. And third reason why is the fact that we stand by people. So we try to understand really deeply the needs of companies and try to help them set up and further hiring qualified personnel in developing relationship with research bodies and finding the right spaces and the finance and everything. So we have just one person in charge of helping you, and it's really a sort of tutor in helping the company to establish and grow. Quality. You can see here a picture of our valley, children smiling. So the quality of life is very high in our province. We rank first in Italy, let's say in the last 10 years. And that's also because we have highly developed health system, and we can offer a lot of services to companies and to people. Let's see here a map where we are. So, as I said, in the middle of Europe, in the heart of the Dolomites, And we are a connection point from south to north, from north to south, from east to west, from west to east. So the biggest airport, Milan, Venice, Bergamo, are not far from here, and we have a good connection system by train, by road. And we are working hard on the other network, that is the fiber optic network. And we have a lot of points of fixed or mobile broadband wireless accesses. And all the region is, let's say, now covered. And another point on which we are working is all the energy system, and so the renewable energy sources. But I will speak about that later on in my presentation. Why? Because energy, we know now, is at the center of every topic, of every system. And we are particularly committed to win the sustainable challenge launched by the United Nations Agenda for Sustainable Development 2030. And we are putting a lot of efforts on this because we think we have all the material to work well on this. So we think that because our research center are dedicated to this topic. With the Rovereto Charter on Innovation, we define the guidelines for the development of scientific research and innovation in Trentino. And it's really thanks to our research center and what we did in the past and what we are programming for the future that we believe we could reach good results. And it's thanks to the technologies that we have developed, and so the new materials, the sensor, the robotics, and then Internet of Things, on the artificial intelligence, on which our research centers and units are working hard together with the decarbonization technologies. We are building a new energy system based on renewable sources. Trentino now, thanks to renewable energy, is able to reach more than 50% of its needs. But with this agenda, we are aiming to arrive to 100%. Working also on some new energy, in particular, for example, the hydrogen. And but what is very strong also in Trentino is the production of energy from water. Is in particular hydroelectric is very strong here in Trentino. And one other sector that's very well developed in Trentino in terms of research, but also companies and production, is the biotechnology one. So health is in our health, and the future of health is in our hand. So we are converging all sector of our life sciences specialization in a center that will be ready in the next year. And not to forget, another area of specialization is agri-food. We are implementing strong strategy for adaptation, mitigation, and sustainability of agri-food production and natural resources. For this, and for all these topics and sectors that I mentioned, we have a strong research system made by more than 40 public and private research institutions. Consider that we are really a very small territory, and so the innovation, as I said before, is very implemented, is very followed, and it's an aim that we all have. And that's possible thanks to some center, among which the University of Trento is certainly one of our best player, in the sense that it ranks among the first in the last 10 years. It's certainly a success story for us, and is thanks to them and all the strong international education that it offers that we are at the forefront also for the scientific research. And so we thank you for this excellent position that we can have a lot of students coming from all over the world. And at the university, you can find various departments, starting from the civil, environmental, and mechanical engineering, with a strong focus on the mechanics, materials, and smart structures, and of course on the environmental resources. And then we pass through the Department of Industrial Engineering with all matters concerning manufacturing system, mechanical measurements, intelligence system, and so on. All these departments have their own laboratories, well equipped and ready to be used by students and together by companies. Then we have one of the most important now department, that is the one of information engineering and computer science. And then we pass through the agriculture and go to the Edmond Mack Foundation. That is the second foundation on the territory that is dedicated to the agriculture, environment, and food. And they are particularly focusing their attention now at genome sequencing and all regarding species of agriculture interest and insects and their pathogens. And so also here we are working hard on the future of agriculture. They have a strong training and education system, but they were working as well as with research and development and the technology transfer. They are working with international companies from Australia to Northern Europe. And I go back to the other foundation, that is the Foundation Bruno Kessler. They are certainly top level in Italy for the quality of research. And also they collaborate with big companies all over the world. I would say that one of the main topic of the Foundation Kessler is now the renewable energies, and for sure nanotechnologies, materials, and molecular diagnostic, ICT, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. I would like to add to this big foundation also our PROM facility, that is a cutting-edge technological infrastructure dedicated to companies. These laboratories have innovative machineries for rapid prototyping, for laser cutting of metal tubes and sheets, as well as metrology and cybersecurity systems. So they offer services to companies, and they work together with the companies, with the engineers, but also with a lot of students and PhD coming from the university. So here you can read and see some of the offer that they have. So from the metal 3D printing to the reverse engineering to test and measurements, hybrid manufacturing, X-ray tomography, and more. Every day they are acquiring new machineries to help companies in doing research and innovation. So something about us, Trentino Sviluppo, as I said before, is the partner of the company, is in charge of supporting all kinds of companies from startups to big companies. And in particular, we are managing 6 innovation centers where we have about 120 companies with an annual revenue of about 380 million euros with about 650 employees. Together with us on the territory, there is an important foundation that is Hub Innovazione Trentino, that together with us promotes the results of research and innovation in Trentino system, working with the local companies, but not only. They promote the results of scientific research in Trentino through technology transfer activities to private companies and investors. And so they are working hard with us also in the process of internationalization and acceleration of innovative and highly technological businesses. Together with us, they offer some services, starting from the supply chain. So we support companies building a network of business relations with local companies. We help companies in finding human resources. We support the identification of skills in the field of research. And so we have them, as I said, in internationalization, in training program, and in finance. So also in supporting the choice of specific economic and or financial instruments and investment capital. So we have startups and also, let's say, small and medium companies in finding the right tools, the right finance. For the startup, we have really a very friendly ecosystem that are spaces where we do training, we connect companies, and we have a specific program that is called Trentino Startup Valley that is really dedicated to new entrepreneurs and is an accompanying program characterized by training events, by coaching, economic support, spaces, and last but not least, the access to research laboratories and networks. I would like also to introduce two our most important hubs. One is Polo Meccatronica and the other one is Progetto Manifattura. The first one that you can see on this slide is the technological hub where mechatronics company finds seat. We have inside here companies working on these sectors, and we help them also because we try to put together in this hub the training system with the schools that are present here, the research system. So we have the research by the University Research Center inside here and the companies. And it's here where also the PROM facility, so the prototyping facility that I explained to you before, works. This is the hub with offices and productive space. Then we have the other hub that is Progetto Manifattura. It's one of the largest incubators in Europe, and it is dedicated to green technologies, to green economy. And so you see here there is an historical part and a new part. In fact, we have been building 25,000 square meters of new spaces. The one you can say in front of you, where the guards over, where we also can cultivate plants and fruits and vegetables. It's, in any case, an industrial hub dedicated, as I say, to green technology, circular economy. And inside there, we are also building some new labs dedicated to batteries and hydrogen. And we will manage this center together with the Foundation Bruno Kessler that I mentioned before. Let's go to the last part of my presentation that is dedicated to incentives and taxation and finance. And as I said at the beginning, Trentino is an autonomous province, and so it could offer a really interesting system of facilities and incentives and tool to support the growth of businesses and to attract on the territory new entrepreneurial initiatives. Starting from the most interesting tool that is a law dedicated to research and development project that support this one and the companies with non-refundable incentives for industrial research and experimental development. We finance the project and finance the cost of personnel and commissioned research, as well as technical know-how and patents. and also machineries, let's say the depreciation of machinery and material. These are also big research projects with a considerable amount that can be incented. We also support the development of your business with a facility that goes up to 50% of the expenses. This is a program dedicated to consultancies for innovation and design, for quality, and for pilot initiatives, market and marketing survey, and commercial plans. So that's also very interesting, as well as the fact that, as I said before, we don't tax the new companies established in Trentino for 5 years. They are not obliged to pay the regional tax. We also understand that one of the major expenses for companies are the investments, and so also we support the companies in buying new machinery with incentives up to 28% of the costs. And we have also another instrument, another tool that is the so-called for us fondo impianti, that also help companies in acquiring the machineries thanks to a lease of 5 years. So this is a little bit a brief introduction to Trentino. And we will be happy to organize a B2B meeting with you to go deeper in these topics and give you full attention to any question you could have. So I thank you again for your attention, and I hope to see you